shoot wolves.
Yeah. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And in his creation is found an absolutely incredible and beautiful balance. We see the sun balanced by the stars and the moon. For every summer, a winter, and every spring, there's a fall. He made plants for the prey and prey for the predators. And then God made man. And God entrusted his amazing creation to our stewardship, to manage it, to protect it, to live from it. God gave us the privilege and the responsibility of keeping the balance. Welcome back to another exciting adventure into God's limitless outdoors. This week, Colton is hunting a Behemoth bear as we kick off our 6-part series called The Balance. I hope you enjoy this hunt as much as we enjoyed making it.
Future bears of America. Let's keep grinding. Stay low. Oh, that's a good-looking bear.
We had only been hiking for about an hour from the bottom, and we spotted this gorgeous, big old, fat, brown boar.
That's a good-looking boar. Dude, I think that bear's bigger than you think he is.
After watching him for a little while, Colton decided this was a bear that he wanted to try and pursue, so he began to close the distance and try and make a shot happen.
490. He's pretty far. We could go get above him. Let's get over on that ridge. Hey, Colton, what are we doing?
Okay, we just spotted this second bear of the night. It's pretty good chocolate. I'm gonna run up here and see if we can get a good shot on it.
It's crazy how they can disappear, isn't it? Down it. Are you thinking go to that ridge right there? Oh, there he is. There he is. Right below you. Right below you, crossing the creek. Down on the creek. Down on the creek. Yeah. Hold on. Get down and get ready for a shot.
Camera on my head.
Just go ahead. He's coming across. Here he comes back across. Yep. Rack another round in. Hold on.
We weren't sure if Colton hit the bear or not, so we cut the camera and took a look at the footage, and we saw that it was an absolute clean miss. Colton was brokenhearted and devastated, but we held our position there because we never saw him leave, and after a couple of minutes, he showed back up.
done. Nicely done. God wasn't gonna let you waste that shot. Yeah, that was cool.
One of the greatest struggles in the spring is just trying to cross the creeks. This creek isn't even very high yet, but this is a big creek and Colton's going to struggle across it.
That's a pretty good bear, dude.
You know, harvesting a big old boar like this is really as good as it gets when you're looking to keep things in balance. A lot of people don't realize it, but these old boars will scoop up and eat multiple elk calves in a spring. They'll even kill their own bear cubs just to put the sow back in heat. And so when we take a bear like this, not only are we getting more meat because of the size of the bear, we're also opening opportunity up for other bears to live, to flourish, to grow up. We're giving opportunity to elk calves that wouldn't have had it before. And so this is, if you're going to take an animal, a big old mature boar like this is the perfect bear to harvest. As hunters, we talk a lot about keeping things in balance, because without balance, there is no future to it. And when God created everything, He created it in perfect balance. He created the heavens and the earth. He created all the animals, and He created man, and He looked at it all and He said it was good. And then all of a sudden, man decided that God wasn't good enough for him, that he could find something better to make him happier. He could find deeper meaning in his life elsewhere outside of God, and it threw everything out of balance. You know, the definition of balance is to put something in a specific position so that it does not fall. And when things get out of balance, the fall happens. And when things fall, they break and they're damaged and they're ruined. And that's really what's happened to mankind, is that God created us in balance, but we chose to walk away from God, and we see the path of destruction. The author C.S. Lewis once said that human history is the long and terrible story of man trying to find something besides God to make him happy. And I just want to ask you this question today. Are you looking somewhere else besides God to find happiness? Do you even believe that God can make you happy? God is the one who can fulfill everything in your heart's desire. The deepest, most meaningful things that you're pursuing, God is the answer to those. And so don't run from God. As David said in Psalm 16:11, in God's presence is fullness of joy. Don't hide from the very thing that you're pursuing. God is the one who possesses the very thing that you're pursuing. Run to Him and find the balance back in your life. So hunting is so multifaceted. One of the main components of the hunt, of course, is for the food. There's nothing like laying your hands on, being a part of the harvest, and really providing for your own family, knowing where your food comes from. It's all free range. It's all completely organic. And bears are an amazing meat. We get a lot of comments on our bear videos saying that we're wasters and all these other things. But I want to show you a little bit about what we do with bear meat, but not just bear meat. We also take the fat and we use it for a lot of different things. So what I'm going to show you today actually is taking a bunch of fat, because Colton's bear had about 2 inches of fat all the way around the thing. And I've got a bag of fat here, and what we're going to do is we're going to render it down. Now what we do with fat is we cook all of our steak in it. We used to cut big steaks out of the animals, but now what we do is we take big chunks like roasts and back straps, and we cube them all up and we cook that. It takes about 2 minutes or so in deep bear fat in a pan, and it is absolutely amazing. But today, the process I'm going to show you is some of the bear fat that we packed out, and we took a ton of roasts off of these bears because bear roast is amazing. You get that in a crock pot or an Instapot. Absolutely amazing. But today, I want to show you how we deal with bear fat. Here's a chunk of bear fat. That's pure fat, and you're going to need a cutting board.
And then we just chop this up into chunks. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good. It's ice cold. You want to cut it into little cubes so it melts faster. Oops. And we throw them in the pot. Look at these roasts that we're gonna have. They've just got big old chunks of fat. You get this in an Instapot with a bunch of potatoes and carrots and stuff, and man, that is gonna be just unbelievable. This just is just a rich meat. So we've let this render down for about an hour, hour and a half, and you can let it go more and we probably get just a little bit more out of it, but it's getting late tonight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna strain it. We just have a mesh strainer here. So it's gonna strain out all the big chunks, and then we're gonna run it through a cheesecloth, and then we're gonna put it into the mason jars and can it up. So hopefully I don't pour this on myself. Okay, I could get the whole thing in there. Real close. Yeah, that looks good. And we can do this actually. I'll pull that. Get it closer. Keep cooking it. Keep cooking that down. Alright, so now you can see we have 8 cups. Wow, we have 8 cups of rendered down bear fat, and it's almost completely clean. Look at that. There's just a little bit of stuff in there, so we're going to pour it through a cheesecloth. This is just a game bag I grabbed from downstairs, and we're going to pour it through some cheesecloth for final processing, and then we will put it into the jars here. So the cool thing after you get done rendering down the fat is you get all these little cracklings, and you just sprinkle some salt over these things, and they are absolutely unbelievable eating. Man, nothing goes to waste. All right, so we got about 3 times that still left to do, but that's just a little taste of one of the things that we do with some of the animals that we harvest, and that's a really cool thing with bears. Some people think that bears just go completely to waste and that we're just whacking and stacking them. But this is part of our diet, this is part of our lifestyle, and just a very cool thing. We're going to make pies with this, we're going to cook steak in it, we're going to do all sorts of things, all sorts of cooking. So it's just another part of how we live, and just wanted to let you in on it. I truly hope that you enjoyed this hunt, and if you did enjoy it, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you're notified when we post the next part of this series. Also, if you want to make a decision and follow Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, or you want to learn more about Jesus, or you want to grow in your relationship with Jesus, go over to our website. We have an absolutely free resource that we wrote called The First Mile, and it will help you not only grow and understand what it means to have faith in Jesus, but also the way and the life that He has for us as we walk with Him. So if you go over to our website, you can request an absolutely free copy of The First Mile. God bless you all, and we'll see you next week.